Historical background. Until the arrival of the Russians in the 18th century, the history of Kazakhstan was determined by the movements, conflicts, and the alliances of Turkic and Mongol tribes. The Kazakh Semitic tribal society suffered increasingly frequent incursions by the Russian Empire, ultimately began cloning the empire and the Soviet Union that followed. In the 19th century, they suffered from waves of large-scale implementations of Russians. Big projects from the Russian Empire were developing Kazakh's territory. A couple of them were agricultural settlements of the Tsar Nicholas II Minister of Interior, Pyotr Stolypin. The Virgin Land Project of Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, 1953-1964. Before that, in the era of Stalin, they forcibly resettled other ethnic groups in Kazakh's territory to work as farmers. Geography of Kazakhstan. The location is in the center of continent of Asia. The land boundaries are China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The disputed territory is Caspian Sea, also territory with Russia. The topography is about 12% of the territory is occupied by parts of the Altai and Tian Shan mountain ranges. 3/4 of the country is desert or semi-desert, and along the Caspian Sea, elevation is below sea level. Their climate is cold winters and hot summers. Their natural resources in 2006, they estimate reserves of oil and natural gas were 35 billion barrels and 1.9 trillion cubic meters, respectively coal, copper, gold, zinc, to say a few of them.
The economic blocs who Kazakhstan is a member of. In 1995, Kazakhstan became a fully member of the Intergovernmental International Muslim Organization, the organization of the same Islamic Conference. Over the past 15 years, Kazakhstan's cooperation with the OIC and its member states has been developing in a progressive way. It has created new opportunities of Kazakhstan to participate in the political and economical process of the Islamic world, and it has helped to attract foreign investments to Kazakhstan. For Kazakhstan, cooperation with the OIC financial institutions is important. The Islamic Development Bank is one of the biggest investors in the Muslim world. In recognition of its achievements in the field of social and economic developments, Kazakhstan was elected as the deputy chairman of the OIC Standing Committee on Economic and Commercial Cooperation. Kazakhstan closely cooperates with the OIC of Culture, Education, Science and Technology. Transportations and telecommunications. The transportations infrastructure does not meet the needs of a vast country whose per capita volume of road and railway shipping is one of the highest in the world, and whose climate extremes put stress on transportation infrastructure. The telecommunications infrastructure is similar inadequate to meet contemporary needs. Critical repairs and expansions have not received adequate funding or organized planning, although international banks have funded some projects.
After the Soviet Union dissolved, Kazakhstan inherited a large but antiquated military technical base, including nuclear weapons, that remain the property of Russia after 1991. However, the development of an officer corps and a national military police has been a slow process that has suffered from inadequate funding. Russia is the main source of military equipment and personnel training. The national defense budget is about $490 million United States dollars. Government control of the media has increased since the early 2000s. Newspaper and broadcast reporters have been beaten and imprisoned when government corruption became a major focus of reporting. The government has restricted access to printing and distribution facilities. Expression of political opposition is limited by improper electoral procedures and restriction on party registration. Police brutality is reported in prisons and in dealing with suspects. Prison conditions are very harsh. Kazakhstan has been the source, destination, and transit country for trafficking in people, mainly young women. Freedom of religion generally is protected, and religious organizations are not required to register.